Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our WNCT Now late afternoon news update. I'm Kelsey O'Donnell, broadcasting to you live from our digital studio. We'll begin our afternoon update on the topic of Hurricane Laura. Many people are cleaning up in Louisiana and Texas after the hurricane made landfall early this morning. Now, it was a Category 4 hurricane and reached maximum sustained winds of up to 150 miles per hour. Reporter Dana White is down in Lake Charles and shares with us a look at some of the damage.
The Bill's Bar and Burger on the backside of the Golden Nugget, seeing quite a bit of damage here from Hurricane Laura. Take a look. This is what's left. We're seeing pieces of insulation exposed. We're seeing large pieces of metal ripped down from the ceiling, tearing down the lights with it, and a lot of wood as well. As we take a look around the area surrounding this burger bar here, we're seeing a lot of nails on the ground. We're seeing light bulbs on the ground. And of course, they're just kind of strewn everywhere around this area. Now, here on the backside of the hotel, we're also seeing some doors blown off of the backs of these hotels. And actually, what we're seeing here is a door that has sat on the balcony because the wind has pushed it off. That door is barely hanging in there, and just a floor above it, we're seeing another door open and the curtains actually billowing out of it. It's still windy, and that's why you're seeing those curtains billowing out here into the wind. Although the storm has passed, we're still feeling some of the effects of the wind here in Lake Charles at the moment. As far as the damage to the rest of the town, several of the people who are hotel staffed here tell us they're getting ready to move out and just hoping that their houses are all still there. Reporting in Lake Charles, I'm Dana Winter. Back to you.
All right, that was Dana Winter in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Now over in Shreveport, conditions are not much better. Take a look.
The damage being done by Hurricane Laura is extensive and even looks to be unrepairable. As you can see here, this tree fell onto this home where it was uprooted out of the front yard. Now, as you can also see, family members who are trying to help repair and even save what's left of this home. Now, the person that lives inside of this home was able to get out when this tree fell onto the home. Now, the tree not only fell on the home, but also fell on a car that looks like was driving up the street. Now, this damage here is just very extensive. The car looks completely done, and even the side of the home is on the side of the yard in complete pieces.
Lots of heavy damage reported from Hurricane Laura. Now, meanwhile, a search and rescue task force from here in North Carolina deployed this morning to assist in the response to Hurricane Laura along the Gulf Coast. 41 responders are answering requests from the Louisiana Emergency Management Assistance Compact. 20 from the Greensboro Fire Department will head south to perform swift water rescues. Taking along with them is 6 rescue boats. 18 members of the Charlotte Fire Department, along with 2 structural engineers, make up the urban component of the team. And a coordinator from the North Carolina Emergency Management also deployed from the team as well. The deployment is expected to last up to 15 days. Now, up here on your screen, this is a bit of footage from the overnight hours and the impact of Hurricane Laura. Just lots and lots of rain, and before that you could have seen right before this rain was depicted up here on the screen was parts of roof that was just kind of scattered all over the place over a parking garage. So we will continue to update you here on WNCT on air and online as we learn more about the cleanup efforts down in Louisiana. In your Thursday election watch, Mike Pence is now officially the Republican vice presidential nominee. He accepted his renomination on night 3 of the Republican National Convention. During his speech, he defended the Trump administration's record, including its handling of the pandemic. Pence also warned of rising lawlessness and violence under a Democratic White House.
Joe Biden would double down on the very policies that are leading to violence in America's cities. You won't be safe in Joe Biden's America.
The RNC wraps up tonight as President Trump officially accepts the Republican nomination. His speech will be delivered from the South Lawn of the White House. About 1,500 people are expected to attend. Meanwhile, with 10 weeks left until Election Day, new research finds that North Carolina women are voting at a higher rate. On the other hand, representation in elected offices is declining. Some of the key findings include that North Carolina has only had one woman elected as governor. Currently, there are no women representing North Carolina in the U.S. Senate. This comes as women representing our state in the U.S. House of Representatives has decreased in the past 5 years. It went from about 23% to around 15%.
Women are, kicking butt. Women are saying, listen, I believe, these are my beliefs. This is, what I support. Again, this is what I believe is best for my family. And I say, keep doing what you're doing and keep educating our future generations.
North Carolina received a grade of D when it comes to women's political participation. This data is from the NC Council for Women and Youth Involvement. We have a link to the full story and survey at WNCT.com. Now we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll have some big news with regard to the ECU football team and their first game against Marshall. We'll be right back.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
I think the biggest thing about this newest phase that we're in North Carolina is the fact that we can kind of go back to some of our favorite businesses. A lot of local businesses have missed out on opportunities to serve their community during the pandemic. I'm still a little anxious because there's still so much unknown about this coronavirus and how it affects us. We've been weeks, sometimes months without seeing some of our coworkers, so kind of reuniting with them, socially distant, but at least in the same room is really nice because you miss those daily interactions.
All right, that was Ken Watling, our news anchor. You can catch him tonight coming up on our newscasts at 5, 6, and 11. If you are just now joining us, welcome. My name is Kelsey O'Donnell, broadcasting to you live again from our digital studio, providing a news update in between our newscast. Now, before we went to break, I spoke to you about a big announcement with ECU football. This afternoon, Athletic Director John Gilbert announced that the first game for football against the Marshall Thundering Herd, set for September 12th, will be postponed due to COVID-19 concerns. The Pirates and Marshall Thundering Herd, like I said, will not play on September 12th. The game is hoped to be rescheduled at a later date. However, those details have not been set quite yet. Today, Gilbert announced, quote, "We are disappointed we won't be able to host Marshall for our season opener, but our top priority remains the health and safety of our student athletes, coaches, staff, fans, and our community." The Pirates are now scheduled to open the 2020 season on Saturday, September 26th against UCF at Dowdy-Ficklin. ECU Athletics is continuing to work with university, local, and state health officials to determine if or not fans will be allowed. We have more details coming up tonight on our sportscast at 5 and 6. Now that will wrap up our WNCT Now late afternoon news update. I'm Kelsey O'Donnell. Be sure to stick around for our newscast coming up tonight at 5 and 6. Thanks for watching.